Lisa, put her to the test. Lean in with Lisa, so get it off your chest. It's more than just a trend, cause everyone's her friend. So lean in with Lisa, spend your time with Lisa. Lisa's got something to say. So reach out to Lisa every day.
Hey, everybody, I'm back with my guest, Barry Pearl. He played Doody in the movie Grease, and it's going to be a really fun show. So tune in.
So reach out to Lisa every day.
I'm coming, I'm here. Oh my God.
I'm so glad you're here. Did you just come from the Burger Palace or the Frosty Palace or whatever we're calling it today?
I just had my milkshake, but you know what? I have to tell you, my hair is not what it's too I think
you look like an Easter egg.
You know, I did this for you.
Yeah.
I did this for you. And because I actually tried to get Didi Khan on the show, but she was busy.
Yeah, she's very busy shooting a series. Now, I could break into the song if you'd like me to at this moment.
Well, what do you think?
Your story's sad to tell, a teenage ne'er-do-well. Frankie Avalon sings this better, can't you hear? Though your future is in my hands, I could put it back in your glands, because that's the word that rhymes the best for us. Dat, 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 dat. Lisa, my Conrad. How are
Thank you. I was going to ask you to sing Those Magic Changes, but that's okay.
Oh, C, 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 A, A minor. You know that, of course, I didn't sing that.
C, 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 A minor, F, 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 G, 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 G7, C, C, C. Did you not sing that?
No, not in the movie. Because I'm really not Doody in the movie. I'm Sonny in the movie. Doody is Putsy, and Sonny is Roger.
You know, you're right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Trust me, I am. I've done both the play and the film, so I know they've mixed it all up.
Wait, was Michael Tucci Doody?
Michael Tucci played Sonny in the movie, but he was really doing Roger. Kelly Ward played Putsy in the movie. He's really doing Doody, and I playing Doody is really doing Sonny.
I'm very confused. Who's on first? I don't know.
Third base. Yeah, no, it is really simple. The character that I played in the play was Sonny.
Right.
But I embodied that character as Doody in the film.
Oh,
in the play, Doody was the underling. Doody was the wide-eyed, full of wonder. In fact, John Travolta played that role
on stage.
Of Doody on stage.
Yes, I do remember that.
And Putsy, because they like the name Putsy, he embodies the character of Doody in the film. So, there you have it.
You know, I think we all found out something that we didn't know about. I mean, none of us knew this.
Well, some, but many do, because I've been talking about it for years.
Oh, maybe your fan base, I'm sure they all know. But
yeah,
people who are 400,000. 400,000.
Maybe. I don't know. Who's counting?
So do you talk to anybody anymore?
Yeah. Oh, we all talk together.
Who are you talking to these days?
I just talked to Didi. I talked to Didi about 2 weeks ago, maybe a little longer. I am directing, have directed, because the piece is up now, a production of 13.
Yes, we were going to talk about that.
Yeah. And Didi called one day while we were at rehearsal, and I had her say hello to the cast. I've done that with her a couple of times. Oh, they just went nuts.
She's the best. Yeah. Didi is one of the greatest. She and I were working together on a preschool show about a child with autism, and Didi has an autistic child.
I know full well. Daniel. Mm-hmm, yeah.
Daniel
yeah, she's great.
She's a joy.
Yeah. What was the piece that you worked on with her?
It was a preschool television show. God, I'm going back now about 15 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was about 15 years ago, but we worked together a little bit on it. And she, I just love her. I just love her.
She's terrific. The best.
One of the nicest in the business.
Indeed. And she's doing a series. I don't remember the name of the series now, because she and I were supposed to do "Breaking Up Is Hard to Do" to get the Neil Sedaka musical down in at the
Oh, I
Wick
love that.
Theater, but she got busy with this pilot that they did, and now it went to series.
That's wonderful.
And we were also supposed to have gone to the United Kingdom together with Dinah Manoff, who went, and Jamie Donnelly, who went,
Diana,
and Michael
Freddie.
Tucci. Yep, Michael Tucci, who went, and Kelly Ward, who went, and Randall Kleiser. So it was two Pink Ladies, three T-Birds, and our director, and our significant others. Although Cindy didn't go with me to Liverpool, she couldn't because of work. But and Michael Tucci's daughter was there, and Kelly Ward's wife Annette. It was a grand time. So
How
we're all in touch.
fun. How fun.
Yeah,
My God.
we're always in touch with each other. We're still a big, wonderful family.
Well, I was at the 30th reunion when they showed it on the big screen in Santa Monica,
Yeah,
and I got to sit next to Jeff Conaway.
yeah,
And I was with my daughter Sarah, and she was so enthralled by meeting, sitting next to Jeff Kanicki. Come
sure,
on,
sure.
and he was also such a great guy. May he
He
rest in
was.
peace.
Yeah,
And Olivia,
mm,
yeah,
yeah. A real
very
heartbreak.
special
Yeah,
human being.
truly a
Sorry,
heartbreak.
sorry for your loss.
Thank you. I mean, it is our loss. It is my loss on a personal level. It's more of a loss, certainly, of her family, Chloe and John,
Yeah,
her husband, John Easterling. But, we can take some of that heartbreak too, because she was so lovely to us always. And we got to spend a weekend together, I guess it was 2 years ago now, in Florida. Travolta and Olivia, and again, Michael, Kelly, and myself, Joel Thurm, the casting director, and Randall Kleiser were brought down to Florida to do these meet and grease
that's
events.
good.
And they would have about 150 to 200 people come and meet us. They paid to do this, to take photographs and say hello to us, and then they would go out into the crowd of 6,000, because we played these huge amphitheaters, and I would, from backstage, in a disguised voice, introduce Randall Kleiser, the director of Paramount's iconic hit film Grease, and they would go crazy. And then he would introduce the three of us, and then if there was a roof on the place,
It would
it
have.
would have been blown up. And we then introduce the film that they were going to see, the sing along. Have you ever seen the sing along version of
Yes,
it?
yes,
So
the
yeah,
best. If anyone,
so
are they going to do another one?
oh well, we were in the process of doing a world tour, but then pandemic hit and it all went
Right,
south.
everything just
But
went to
they're in
shit.
Florida. Yeah, in Florida we did West Palm, Tampa, and Jacksonville. And we hand out these little bags that have a comb. They have bubbles. They have a little pom pom. And during the film, when the cheerleader would come out, they'd throw the pom pom around, and bubbles during beauty school dropout. And
Right.
so we would instruct the audience at that point, what to do. And then at the end of the film, when the car flies off, John and Olivia, the three of us, and Randall, under this huge LED screen. They can make it any size because they're these panels. They're lights. It's not a rear projection or a front projection. It's like our televisions. It's
Sure.
spectacular resolution. So from underneath the screen, out on a pallet, comes John and Olivia and the three of us and Randall. Let me fix my
Oh,
earbud here.
how
And
cool.
we get slid out. The audience goes crazy. We did a Q&A after that, and that was the event. And we would have gone on to do more of them, but again, pandemic, and of course, then Olivia's health began to fail. So
Decline.
now, whether we do it in the future, I don't know. There are sing-alongs that will be done. Dee Dee usually comes out to host the one at the Hollywood
Well,
Bowl.
that's the
I
one
don't
I
believe
went
she did.
to.
That's the
Yeah,
one you went to. Yeah.
that's the one I went to at the Hollywood
Yeah.
Bowl.
Yeah.
And that's when
And
I saw, and then I saw Dee Dee when she came out, and
yeah.
I saw Dee Dee at the 30th anniversary. I
Yeah.
get to see her once in a blue moon.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
East Coast.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. But she's a delight. And like I say, we're always in touch with each other.
So you worked on this iconic film, Barry.
Yeah.
I would put that up there with The Wizard of Oz, with Mary Poppins, with Sound
One
of Music.
probably one pound probably could. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
without a
Yeah.
doubt.
Yeah.
What was it like when you got the phone call?
Well, gosh, it didn't happen in a phone call. It happened right then and there.
Oh,
What
really?
Yeah, well, first of all, we were told, those of us that had done the play, that we didn't have a shot at this. And then Alan Carr just defied everybody and wanted to get the best for the gig. So we all auditioned. Joel Thurm had us come in to audition. And I believe there were probably 2 or 3 auditions. There was the initial call and maybe 1 or 2 callbacks. And at the last callback, they had kept Michael and Kelly and myself. I think Johnny may have been there, and Jeff was there.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, "You guys go over to the piano." And it was in the corner of the room, and we just went up there and hung out. And they were talking amongst themselves. And the next thing you know, Alan Carr came up to the piano and said, "You're the T-Birds." So, our
Wow.
lives changed in that
Changed
instant.
in
Yeah,
that
it was
instant.
great.
And
Yeah.
then you played my boyfriend.
Yes, I played your boyfriend in Pepper Street. Was it Pepper Street? Is that what we did?
We played my boyfriend in Pepper Street.
Yes,
Yes,
that's right.
we sang Putty Cat together.
Putty Cat, you're reminding
Putty
me.
Cat, meow,
Yeah.
meow, meow. Okay, I won't go into it.
Yeah.
But, wasn't that fun, Barry?
Yeah, it was fun. That was a great time. It was a
Such a
wild
good
time.
time. We had some
Yeah.
great, moments with
Yeah.
our family, our Pepper Street family.
Yeah, Gene and Tony Bua. May
Gene
they
and
rest in
Tony,
peace.
and
Yeah.
may they rest in peace. Yeah.
Yeah.
We lost a few people.
Yeah.
Stephen and Eric,
Stephen Fisher, right? Is that
Stephen
his last?
Fisher and Eric,
Yeah.
Not
Not Marjoram.
No, thank God.
Eric Johansson. You're
And
right.
Eric
Right.
Johansson, yeah. And Richard Hatch. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Our friend
Yeah.
Richard,
Way
who
too young.
we were supposed to have lunch together, and 3 weeks later, I get a phone call.
Yeah.
It was like,
The last time I saw Richard was at Gene and Tony's house for one of their
yes,
Christmas
the
events.
Christmas.
Yes, and so he got on my case for because I sliced the turkey, right?
Right.
And he came up to, "Where's the skin? Did you eat all the turkey skin?" I said, "No, Kenny ate the turkey skin."
Kenny ate it.
He
Wait a minute.
busted me for the turkey for not putting turkey skin on. May he rest in peace.
I can see him saying that. I can see him saying that because I had lunch with Richard so many times. We used to meet at Aroma Cafe. That was our little place. And he was so particular about everything he ate, every little thing. He was really, I could totally hear it at the long, big table in the dining room with all the food everywhere.
Yes.
And then I remember him when he was at Gene's, oh God, Gene's tribute, when Richard got up on stage. And I love Richard. Richard was the heart of gold, but everyone was looking at their watches. Do you remember?
I was not there. I was not there.
You weren't there. He went
I was
on.
out of town.
But he went on and on and on and on. But, Richard, that's Richard. And so he loved to,
be effusive.
Well, he was a motivation, but he was a motivational speaker. He used to go on.
Know that.
He and I did an event together.
Mm-hmm.
We did an event, and he worked on cruise ships. He would travel around speaking, and kind of like a Tony Robbins in a way.
Yeah, sure.
But he was a good guy. So I think because you played a lot of roles. You played a lot of roles.
In different projects, you mean?
Oh yeah.
A lot of roles.
Well, maybe in your house.
Yeah. Was it a Kaiser role? Was it a seated? A lot of those I've had, many. But yes, I've done a lot of stuff.
You've done a lot of things.
Yeah.
But what of all the roles you've played, what is your ultimate favorite? Would you say?
Well, when I was a kid, there were 2, and that was the Artful Dodger in Oliver and the role of Nick in 1,000 Clowns. Those are the 2 when I was a kid. And I'm about to do one again.
You were a kid.
Yeah, I was, in my early teens, but I started when I was 11.
How old were you? How old?
11. When I did Bye Bye Birdie on
You were 11 when you really.
I played Randolph McAfee. I replaced Johnny Borden, the original Randolph McAfee, who had gone off to do Milk and Honey with Molly Pecan. And that was the role. I literally moved overnight from Lancaster, Pennsylvania to New York to audition and then ultimately get the gig. So I they packed me up and moved into the Belvedere Hotel.
Oh
And we
my.
went out on the road, came back. And when we came back that summer, Kay Cole and her mother, B, may she rest in peace, and my mother and myself rented an apartment. And then I went out on the road pre-Broadway with Oliver. And then the original Broadway cast of Oliver, I was 12 and 13 in that. And, and the rest is history. But the roles as an adult, I'm actually learning lines now for one that I really love playing. And I've done it twice before. I'm about to play Saunders in Lend Me a Tenor, which will be done at the International City Theater
Oh,
down in Long Beach
we have to
in
come see
October.
you. Well, we're
Oh,
definitely
please.
coming to see
Oh,
you.
it's a great, fun
Oh
piece
my
piece by
God.
Ken Ludwig. Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
I'll bring a whole group of people.
please.
We're going to put it on the website too. We'll put it
Great,
on. We'll post it when we post the podcast. Definitely.
great.
Tell me. I know. I tried to get to 13.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I may get there this weekend. I'm
Oh,
hoping
great.
to get there for the last. Can you tell some people like where it's going, where it's
Yeah.
being
In fact,
put
if
on?
you do this and put
Okay.
your camera
Phone,
up to that right there, so
right?
that they can get tickets there.
So I
Are
could
you
put
able
my
to do
phone.
that?
So if I could put my phone, okay, I'm going to do that right now.
Let's try that. Hold
Here we
on one
go.
second. Let me just hold it this way.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me straighten it out.
Oh,
So
it's working. Wait, it's working. Yes, thunder ticks.
yes, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, good. Thunderticks.
I
So you
got
got
it.
it.
I got it.
And so it's 13, the musical. There we
Yes.
can. Yeah, there you go. See, boom. So I've directed that. This is my third production, directing that particular production, a show rather. And it's a story about a young man named Evan Goldman who lives in Manhattan and is in the process of putting his bar mitzvah together, the
Oh
party
my
to end
God.
all
I
parties.
can't imagine because I can't imagine. I just threw my daughter her bat mitzvah back in January. So
You know,
I could picture it. Go ahead.
you know.
Yes.
So he's about he's inviting all of his friends, or he's invited all of his friends to see to come to the bar mitzvah, and then in a moment, his life changes. His parents have split up, so he moves instantly to Appleton, Indiana, into the middle of nowhere, and now he has to ingratiate himself to a whole new group of crazy kids and misfits in order to have his bar mitzvah. And the comedy and the drama and the craziness and the loveliness and the deliciousness ensues.
That must be. Was that a movie?
As a matter of fact, there's a cat. Hello, my cat.
You're a
Want
cat
to be on a
person like
podcast?
me.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh,
bring
yes.
your cat
This
up.
is
I
Ling.
want to see my cats are up.
Let's see if I can get her. Come here, doll.
Oreo,
Where are you?
and Princess
Come
are
here.
upstairs. I have two
Oreo and
cats,
Princess. Come here, Ling.
but
She's so her mama's cat.
I also have a dog, and they don't get along. So the cats are upstairs,
Ah,
the dog's downstairs. Where's your?
she's
Oh,
yeah, she's hawking me. She's a tortie. She's got tortoise shell coloring.
oh,
Yeah, she's a
beautiful.
doll.
So,
Um,
aren't cats smart?
oh, very much so.
Why do people say they're not?
Because they're so aloof, they're independent.
They're independent, right?
They're not like they're not as needy as dogs. Although this one, she's all over you.
My
Now,
cats are all over me.
yeah,
They lick me.
now,
They lick my arm at night.
yeah, I love that. I love that. It's
Do you
crazy,
love
but I love that.
the little rough tongue? Oh,
Yes,
oh,
right along here. Oh yeah,
oh, I wish
it's
my
like
husband's tongue felt like that.
it's tantamount to quizzling. You know what
Oh,
quizzling is? You know when you tickle somebody's back? That's
yes.
called quizzling.
Oh,
That's like what it is when the
oh,
cat does it.
it's like I love it.
Yeah, it's very relaxing.
Very.
She is really more my wife's cat these days because my wife is here more often than I am, and she feeds her all the time.
Mhm.
So now I'm hoping because Ling, when I'm lying on the recliner and I have a blanket on me, which of course these days we haven't been using blankets. Thank you, climate change. If
110
it get,
degrees.
oh yeah. So as it gets colder and I lie there with the blanket, hopefully she'll come onto the blanket and then she hugs here and she needs. And she's the
Oh,
cutest.
what an
But
angel.
how did we get onto that? We were talking about.
We were talking about Putty Cat.
So
No,
no, it's 13. So
13.
so anyhow, he's got to ingratiate himself to all these kids. And Jason Robert Brown and Dan, who wrote the music, Dan Ellish and Robert Horn wrote the book. It's really a terrific piece that's not only for kids. It's a story for adults as well. Uh, and and that's one of the reasons why it didn't fare so well on Broadway, is because people thought, oh, it's a kid's show. Not
Right.
at all. Not at all. It's for teens, but it's very much for adults as well.
All right. So
Yeah.
anybody who wants to see 13, come,
One more weekend.
one more weekend. Are there tickets available if they want to
Yes.
go on
Yes.
Thunderticks? Okay.
Yes.
So
And it's at the Simi Valley Cultural Arts Center. And also, their email address is Simi Valley Cultural Arts Center.thunderticks.com. That's what's on here. Yeah. And the it's at the Simi Valley Cultural Arts Center, which is at 3050 East Los Angeles Avenue in Simi Valley, California, 93065. Telephone number is 805-583-7905. There
oh,
it is again for you. Boom, boom,
perfect.
boom.
Perfect. And
Yeah.
anybody could just hold their camera.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so was it fun working with the kids?
Oh, always. I mean, they teach you so much. And, being
Yes.
a kid actor myself, the quelling and the pride
Oh,
that
I
I
know.
feel, shaping them and helping them, and then sitting back and watching the pictures that we've all created. And by the way, when I say we've all created, I'm talking about my spectacular choreographer, Michelle Elkin, and Lloyd Cooper, who's my musical director. They are just brilliant at what they do. And so come and
Oh,
see and
wow. It
listen.
sounds like an amazing show. And we definitely,
It
I
is.
got to get there this weekend.
Please.
Do you like directing more than acting, or do you like?
I like working. That's what I like doing.
Yeah.
They're different mediums. When I direct, I'm painting the pictures and putting it all together and sitting back and taking a lot of notes, because this one didn't come in right and that light didn't come on, and doing all that crazy anal retentive stuff. And it's great to to put it all together, to put the puzzle pieces together. As wonderful as it is being one of those puzzle pieces, I just enjoy the arts in general, and working in all the mediums: television, film, and stage, radio. The whole nine yards. I just love working.
I love that. I love that. You're an actor's actor. You're a true actor's actor.
Thank you.
And you were working with John. I'm saying John. Well, JT. No.
JT.
Yeah, well, that could be John or Joey, right?
That's right. Exactly.
So
Yes, it is. He's a
Do they call Joey Travolta JT? Because they call
No, but
John JT.
JT. It's Joey. We call him
It's
Joey.
Joey. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
John, I know you're working with Joey, his brother,
Yes.
an inclusion film company. I'm very intrigued by that, because what you're doing is extremely special.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about it?
Yeah. So about 9 years ago, Joey's wife, Wendy Shawn Travolta, the daughter of the late Dick Shawn, she reached out to me and wanted to know if I'd be interested in teaching film arts for their inclusion film company. And I've been teaching improvisation for years, since 1979, actually. So I was able to bring that process into this mix. And we go into a city for 2 weeks at a time. There are 3 of us teachers, and we, in each class, develop a 3 to 5 minute short film, as well as a 1-minute commercial or PSA. We come fully equipped with an incredible camera crew, an incredible editor, and we shoot these films within the course of 2 weeks, over the course of 2 weeks. And then in the fall, usually, each city will have a red carpet event where the kids get all dressed up in their Klieg lights and their limousines, and there's a red carpet. It's just fabulous. And they come to see their films. And it's not just sitting down and watching 3 films and 3 commercials. There are also these wraparounds that we do that, for instance, one year, the first year I was with it, Joey played like a Mr. Rogers character. They called it Mr. Joey's Block. And so we had this little set. He would bring in 2 representatives from each of the 3 classes in. He'd sit down and talk to them and about the film. And then they'd go to a green screen and say, well, let's take a look at your film. And then boom, we're into the film. And go back. He questions them again. And then they had a little cooking segment and things like that. One year we did a takeoff on Shark Tank called Shark Bite, where the representatives had to pitch their ideas to the team of judges, and in
Oh,
pitching,
how
that's how we got into the
fun.
film. So we do things like that.
Oh, that's great.
There's always a premise of some sort too, and so again, and we're working with people that are on the spectrum, people
That's
with cerebral palsy, Down syndrome, Asperger's, and they just eat it up. They absolutely love it. It's a great process, and we're learning as well every single year.
it's so funny, Barry, because when I met you, I didn't know you that well, and I mean, we worked together on the show a
Yeah,
few times, but um, you are an amazing person. I mean, you do so much for so many people. You're very you are kind of what am I philanthropy? I'm trying to think of some, you just have such an amazing heart, and you're doing so much for the kids, and so I mean, and how do you have the time?
thank you, Lisa.
How do
It
you?
takes up all my time.
I mean, does Cindy ever see you?
Oh yeah, she works occasionally from home. She's not working from home today, actually. Yeah, I'll go on the road for 6 weeks at a time and more, and then she comes out and visits, of course, when she can. But it's what I do. It's what I feel most alive. You know, doing is working, whether it's with Joey's company or whether it's doing a play or a film or television show. It's who I am. It's what I do. It's my hobby. It's my vocation. It's my avocation,
Your
and
passion.
I'm happiest when I'm doing that.
You heard Cheryl Lee Ralph's speech the other night on the
Yeah,
Emmys. She said, just do it, and don't let
yeah,
anyone tell you you can't do it. Just do
absolutely,
it, and
absolutely.
that's and that's so true.
Yeah, the way to it's through it. Do it. I I was fortunate to come from a culture and a climate that was my family, that was always supportive, always, always encouraged me to do, never stood in my way, never held me back. And my heart has always hurt for those who didn't have that kind of experience in their home for one reason or another.
And many did. Many parents were telling their kids. I mean, my grandfather. I told him one day, I want to be an actress, and he says, "Oh, you're crazy." And I said, and you know what? I have to be honest with you. I kind of almost believed him.
Yeah, sure.
There were days when I thought I was inadequate, that because of my desire to want to be on the stage.
Right.
There were days I felt, oh, he's looking down on me and down upon me as in a negative way. Um, you know, but this is
Yeah.
something I loved so much, and you know, that was what
Yeah.
I wanted to. That was what was in my blood.
Of course. And I think they're most concerned with the economics of it. You know, our parents or our guardians, whoever they might be, want the best for us. They want us to be secure, and more so in this crazy world, more crazy than when I was growing up and you were growing up.
Oh,
So I
yes,
think that, though they were well intentioned, I think they also they got in the way of many people, getting in the way of those who want to follow this particular bliss. I understand it, and
yes.
I'm so fortunate that I never had to deal with that.
It's so funny because when I was working in my company as a matchmaker, when I was working, meeting all these people, there were several people I met who were doctors, lawyers, and they were miserable because
Yeah.
in their heart they wanted to play music. They
Right.
wanted
Right.
they wanted to be performing, but their parents put all that pressure on them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Sure.
And
It's
I tell my kids, I have two daughters. I tell them, I just want you to do, oh, hello, Ling.
come here,
I
mommy.
just,
Can you come
I
over here?
just, I just tell my kids, I tell my girls, do
Come
what
here.
what makes you happy.
Ah, there she is.
Oh, hello, darling. Hello, beautiful
This is
child.
Ling.
You, look at that
Ah, she's gone,
face.
and she's gone.
Gorgeous. But I tell my girls, you have to do what makes you happy and what you're good at. If you do something you're good at, you will enjoy it more.
Yeah. Oh
You will,
yeah.
and that's just we just want our kids. I mean, at least I want my kids to be well, you want him to be happy, healthy, all that.
Yeah.
Um,
It's may I just say that
yes,
on
of
that
course.
note, my hand surgeon, he plays woodwinds, and he has a group called DNR, and he performed a couple of weeks ago. Oh, I forget the name of the venue, but that's his bliss as
Love it.
well. He's
I
an
love it.
amazing surgeon. He did my elbow, he did my wrist, and he also plays the saxophone.
I might need his name. I think I have tennis elbow.
Oh, that's exactly what I had, and he took great care of
Oh,
it.
I need
Dr.
him.
David Auerbach.
Will you text?
They-
Oh, I think. Oh, he's at
you know,
SCOE.
that's exactly where he's
I
at.
know him. He's great. Okay, so
Yeah,
let me ask you a question.
sure.
Do people recognize you?
Sometimes, and I
Because
always
now you
find
have the
that
beard, you got a little
this and the hair.
gray, you got the salt and pepper thing
Oh
going
yeah,
on.
and occasionally,
When you wear
occasionally they
when you
will.
wear a black leather jacket,
Yeah, when I
do.
walk out of my T-bird jacket, it's a dead giveaway day.
There you go. So I wanted to. Did you name your cat after Heatherling? No.
No, no. Although I adored Heather
I
Ling.
know, I know.
Yeah,
Because
we're in
when you,
touch. Yeah,
yeah. Well,
yeah.
no, Heather actually is my. She was in the delivery room when I delivered my first child.
No, I didn't know that.
Oh yes,
Oh,
and listen. She's a good friend when you invite her to come in and watch the baby come out.
yes, yes. She's a sweet woman.
She took all the
Absolutely.
photos.
And
She's
one of her daughters looks exactly like her.
Emma.
Emma. Yeah, exactly like her spitting image.
One face.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Heather has the greatest kids, her daughters and her
Yeah.
husband. I fixed her up with her husband.
Really?
Yes, I made her go on the first date with Todd.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
interesting.
Can you
Oh,
believe
I had a
it?
big crush on her. A big
Who
crush.
did
Oh yeah.
I had a big
Who
crush on
didn't?
her.
Yeah, right. Who didn't? Yes.
Who didn't?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So tell me, do you have anything else coming up
Well, this production
besides
of Lend Me a
everything?
Tenor. Yeah, the production of Lend Me a Tenor, which if you go to the International City Theater site, I believe we open on the 19th is a preview, and I think we open on the 20th. It's in Long Beach, not too far a schlep from here,
Okay.
about
Not
45
bad.
minutes, down by the
Yeah.
aquarium, that
Mhm.
huge aquarium down there
Right.
in Long Beach. And we play from the 20th, again, the 19th is the preview, through November 6th.
That's a
And then
long
after
run.
that,
Wow.
it's a nice run.
Nice run.
And then after that, there's a little something in the works, which I'll
Ooh.
reveal
Well, I may
at
have to
some
have you
point.
back on my podcast.
Okay,
We could
maybe,
talk about that.
yes, indeed. So
So,
yeah, so that's what's up.
well,
That's what's happening.
that's exciting. We do something on my podcast. Can we do this with you? It's like a little
Ish.
kind of a Q&A. So
Yeah.
I want to maybe like ask you 5 questions that you've never been asked. Is that
Okay.
okay?
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, actually,
Yeah.
you know what? I think my writer, or my assistant, Adam, are you here yet? Because he was in traffic.
Hey, I'm here. How am I looking?
Oh,
Look at you.
Ricky.
Hey,
Yeah. Look at
I'm
you.
very
Oh,
excited.
So Barry,
Okay.
this is
Yes,
Adam. Adam, this is Barry.
Hi. How
Hi.
are you, Adam?
Amazing to meet you. Very exciting. Very exciting.
You too. You look like a T-bird there.
That was the plan. That was
Yeah.
I'm in theme here. Had my
Yeah.
jacket, did my hair, I'm all good.
But are
So
they
yes.
50s earphones? I don't think.
Yes,
they're
these were
50s
authentic
earphones.
to the 1950s. I did my research. I did all my
there you go.
research on you. And really, this is season 2, Lisa. We're calling the segment curveballs. These are curveballs. I know they used to
love
be
it.
questions. They're curveballs because they
Curveballs.
start out as, going one way and then they're going to take a left turn. You'll see what I
All
mean.
right.
So, but
Okay.
these are I did my research. It's all
Wait,
about
and that's
you.
are you supposed to tell him that? Okay.
I'm telling them they're curveballs. That's
right.
okay.
That's right. I
So-
love it.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
You once starred with one of the world's biggest celebrities, Barney the dinosaur, in Barney's Big Surprise, playing Professor Tinkerputt. What would you do if an asteroid was hitting Earth in 48 hours?
I would sick Barney on them,
Okay.
and he would blow that asteroid up in a flash with an "I love you."
All right.
The asteroid would stop in its tracks and say, "Wait a minute, I don't want to destroy this planet. It's too full of love."
All right. I mean, you would
Just
know
saying.
you're his co-star. Okay. Seriously though, you're best known for your role in Grease.
How do you respond when people tell you that they're traumatized from seeing your ass as a child?
Well, I would tell them this, that I too am traumatized because, I think I need a new ass. Mine has a crack in it.
Okay. Good answer.
Adam,
way,
these are good.
Thank you. Was that, by the way, just for the record, was it
Adam-
really your ass, or did you have a
Oh, yeah.
stunt mooner?
Oh,
Okay.
no.
You
That
did your
was
own
really
stunt.
ass.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh,
Did my own stunt
wow.
ass.
All
Ass
right.
stunt.
So
That's
you were born
impressive.
in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, home of the
Yes.
Amish. Did you ever get into a fight?
Yes, I did, but not with an Amish.
Okay.
No, I got into a fight with a wolf.
A real wolf?
I have no idea what that means. It just seemed like a fun answer.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'd rather see you having a fight with the Amish.
I know that would.
No, I never did. I never did. I did. I never fought when I was a kid. There was one time that I regret. I was trying to impress a bunch of peers, and they dared me to go up and punch somebody in the stomach. And it's one of those traumas that kind of live with me, like such a nice thing to do. But now I'm venting by talking about it low all these years later. But I never got into like any fisticuffs with anybody. I was beat up once, but not that badly.
Were you
But
bullied?
I never.
Were you bullied when you were in school?
Not really. I was made fun of because I was in tap dance class, and my friend Bobby Mundorf, who I adored, but he was the bully, but he was a good friend of mine. His sister was in the same tap dancing company or class. We do a review at the end of the year, and that kind of was the bug that bit me initially, actually. And his sister told, I guess they were brought to see the review, or his sister told him that I was in the class, and he made fun of me, and that kind of traumatized me for a minute.
And now
It's ironic because
I hope you delete. I hope you didn't accept his friendship on Facebook.
Well, I would love to. I don't know if Bobby's still with us anymore, but these are people I went to grade school with. I would love to be in touch with, actually.
Well, if everyone subscribes and watches this podcast, they can all see you and know how to get in touch with you.
There you go. More questions?
Ironic, I was just saying it's ironic that the T-Birds, it kind of implied that they were the bullies of the school, and there were really only five of them. Really, only five guys in a high school in California that all sounded like they were from New York.
Yeah,
Interesting.
but
you figure that the rest of the school could gang up on them and take them down, but also there were 30-year-olds going against 15-year-olds
as well.
I don't know,
But
maybe
also actually the Scorpions were the bullies. They were the bad guys.
Were they even in school? I guess they cut class because you didn't see. I thought they were from college. Really,
they never went to school.
They never went to school. No.
Here's one. The recent loss of Olivia Newton-John was hard on all of us. Have you ever been to Australia?
I have not been to Australia. There has been talk. One of our promoters lives there and is in the process of getting down there. She got us over to Liverpool for an autograph signing event a couple of months ago, and we're supposed to do Edinburgh next fall. And then she's attempting to put together the Australian signing as well at some point. So we'll have to see now with this latest loss whether or not that can even happen.
Yeah.
Finally, if you were approached to make an album with Sean Combs, you'd obviously be called Diddy and Doody. What Grease hit would you sing with him?
Gosh, I would probably sing one that's not in the movie, but that is, well, it is in the background, but it's my favorite song from the play, is in fact Mooning.
I spend my
days
just mooning all over you.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, never. Oh my God, those were great questions, Adam.
Great questions. Yes.
Those were very, very funny. And thank you. Oh, wait. Oh, I hear my producer telling me something. Alan, are you telling me is there somebody that's what's happening here?
We got a knock on the door, Lisa.
Oh, really?
No.
Who could that be?
Barney.
You think you're the only one who ever sang Mooning? I actually got to sing it on stage.
Yes, that's my bestie.
Let's
That's
hear
my
it, Kenny.
bestie.
And by the way, here's my animal.
Oh,
You know, and very had a lot of money.
that's good.
Look at you. What a surprise.
So good,
What a
Kenny, everyone.
surprise.
This is Barry's.
And I can
Can
assure
I
you,
say it, bestie?
Barry got bullied more than he's telling you, because when we went to high school together, he had to defend me a number of times.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true.
So you guys really go back, way
Oh,
back.
Yeah,
we go back to a
1965.
swimming pool across from a golf course in 1965, where Barry was appearing for one of the few times in his life as a background actor, and my father he was the production manager of a TV series called Coronet Blue that lasted 13 episodes, and my father always liked to pick locations that were near home or near places that he knew, and he picked his own golf course, and the scene took place in a pool, and I met Barry, and the rest is
Is
noise.
his and we and you, the three of us got to work together because in Pepper Street, which
Yeah.
was that's how I met
Well,
both of you.
but I knew Barry even before Pepper Street. Then high school. What that generated is Barry and I played twins in a musical version of The Prince and the Pauper in 1968. Came out in 1969. One day, Barry's manager Muriel Carl calls us and says, "Grab Kenny and go down to his audition on 42nd Street." And she never even said my name unless she was spitting. And but Barry and I shared a cab, and we went down to 42nd Street. We had no idea, and that we were supposed to be twins. And
Yeah.
but everybody, and when we were kids, they always said we looked alike, and we were actually Siamese twins connected by the nose.
Connected at the nose, but when they cut us off, he
got the bigger half.
Bigger half.
You guys should go on the road.
We've been on the road
Many times. But who is I think the point to your story though, Kenny, is who was in that film with us.
Who
was
in that film playing the role that had been played off Broadway by TV's John Davidson was Gene Bua. And that's where we met Gene Bua, who became our dear friend and became kind of Barry was in his classes for a short while and then dropped out to do his own classes. And I stayed very close with Gene and Tony until their demise. And I called Gene my mentor.
I think I do the same.
Mm-hmm.
It's never what you think it is.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Yes, it's so true. It's so true. And I feel thankful and grateful to Gene and Tony for bringing all of us together because it really was a very special. Pepper Street was magical, and I think it was mostly because we were like a family. And,
we were like a family, and
we had some good time.
Much like the Grease family, who Barry will attest to, the people who were all former greasers. We all talk to each other from time to time, see each other from time to time. We are a family, and the Acting for Life, which was Gene and Tony's organization, like you and like Heather that you were talking about, we're all still connected, and that's a good thing.
Yes, it's we really should do a reunion soon. We should definitely sit around the piano, and Kenny, you could play, and we could sing some tunes.
Used to do that every Christmas at Gene's house.
Christmas Eve at Tony and Gene's house.
He would say, "Sit down and play," and I'd play until my fingers were numb.
I know. And Barry would be carving the turkey with Richard Hatch telling him, "Where's the
Did you hear the story?
Yeah, and he would be, and as Barry alluded to, he would be slipping me the skin from the turkey and just don't tell anybody.
My wig.
The skin's the best part of the turkey.
Yeah, I know. And then Richard busted me.
Yeah, dear, and you're absolutely right, guys. Richard Hatch, what a dear. For those of you who don't know who Richard Hatch was, you may be. If you saw the original series of Battlestar Galactica, he played Adama's son, Apollo. And what a special human being. I the last time Tony had a Christmas party, he was there with his son, who was now in his 20s. Yes. And I say, do you have any idea the effect that your father has had not only on the world, but people like me, and how loved he is? And he looks at his father and he goes, "I think I know."
And it's true. And that was one of the last times we all saw Richard.
And we didn't even know he was sick.
No, nobody knew. And he was sitting next to my husband, and I introduced them, and he and his son talked to my husband, Rick, for about an hour. And Rick came home and said, now I understand why you love Richard Hatch, because he is a wonderful person. Has a kind heart, and his son, you could see the love they had for each other.
Oh yes, it was just amazing.
It was so sad. I mean, the whole thing when he passed away. Well, this has been fun.
Yes. What a great surprise.
I don't want it to end. This is great.
We can go up. I don't know. We can go all out for hours. Barry, what have you got this afternoon?
We got to have lunch together, guys. We got to do lunch.
Let's do lunch.
Can we invite Heather?
Do lunch.
I'm inviting Heather.
I'll invite Heather. Yes, indeed.
As long as it's outside.
We could also invite Ivan.
Oh, you guys could come here. We'll sit in the backyard and we'll sit outside, and I'll bring food in.
That'd be lovely.
Barry, bring Cindy. Kenny, bring whoever you want.
There.
Yeah, that's a bring her.
I'll ride over.
Okay, we're gonna plan it.
Okay. All right.
Well, thank you, Barry.
You're so welcome. Thank you.
I love you so much, and Kenny.
I love you too.
Kenny,
I love you both too.
Thank you for this wonderful surprise, Kenny.
Yeah, great surprise. So this wasn't planned. Did you just popped in?
He was just in the neighborhood.
I was just in the neighborhood. You know, you never know who's going to show up on these.
Well, this is not a land of drop-ins. I remember Don Rickles, may he rest in peace. Yes. Don Rickles used to say that Carol O'Connor was the last of the drop-in kings. Who dropped in Beverly Hills?
I want to thank you, Barry Pearl, for coming on my podcast. You have been delightful beyond belief. And I want to thank Kenny for stopping in.
Yeah.
And good luck. Oh my God, I'm a mess. Good luck.
I just took another. Go ahead. I just took another screenshot. I want to make sure it goes. So go ahead. You were saying.
Good luck. Okay. How do I look?
Oh, that's
Is this better?
Hold on 1 second. I'm going to get it. Hold on. I don't want to save that. Hold on. Okay, everybody smile. Here we go. Smile. Here we go. Okay, let's see what that looks like.
Wait, how's that? What is this? Oh, it's my net. Okay, take one more, Barry.
Hold on 1 second. Let me get this.
Take one more.
Oh, shoot.
Tell me when you're ready.
Take one more. Hold on. Hold on. I'll tell you when I'm ready. Here we go. You ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Smile. Okay, now let's see if that took.
Tell me if that's good.
Okay, I will. Hold on.
I got one too, Barry, just as a back.
That's great.
Lisa, quit beating up your microphone.
Oh, sorry, honey. It fell off the thing. Okay. Did I screw up?
Columbia School of Broadcasting 101.
Did I? Is it okay? Did I mess up the sound?
You're good.
Do we need to repeat anything? Do we need
Everything.
to do anything?
Let's just start over from the front.
Take it from the top.
We should start over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Start over from the top. I'll go backstage, and you can say, "Here's Barry Pearl."
Okay. So, what was I going to ask you? Oh, I was going to say something, but I forgot what it was. All right, Kenny, you stay where you are. Barry,
you get lost.
You could leave. No.
Okay.
Mwah, 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 mwah.
Thank you for having me, sweetheart.
Love you, Bubby.
I love you,
Love
Bubby.
you.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
I want to thank my guest, Barry Pearl, for being on my show today. And I also want to thank my producers, Alan Tuzinski, Melissa Leonard, and my writer, Adam Labarkin, my composer, Jeff Urban. And I want to thank all of you for tuning in. Until next time, leaning out.
Lean in, Lisa, put her to the test. Lean in, Lisa, so get it off your chest. It's more than just a trend, 'cause everyone's her friend. So lean in with Lisa, spend your time with Lisa. Lisa's got something to say. So reach out to Lisa every day.